Hello and welcome to another James Prop Maker video. Now in this video is a questions and answers video. I've had lots of questions, so thank you very much for that. We've got all these, got one page and we've got half a page. So this may be quite a long video. If you can stick around to the end, be very much appreciated. So let's get on with it straight away. But first, please subscribe if you like this video and click the thumbs up. So first question is from, and also apologise in advance if I get some of these names wrong because a lot of these are YouTube names. So the first question is by Taz505 main channel, and that is, I wonder if the Brum movie scripts will ever be leaked. Well, maybe one day it might be leaked. They're obviously still with Ragdoll in like the vaults, the safety vaults. That's about as best I can answer really. Next question, couple of questions, is by Ryan Beachy. Sorry if I pronounced your last name wrong. Anyway, first question is, what happened to the Brum prototype? Well, September this year, I helped rediscover the Rex's prototype. I can't say too much because I'm still working with the museum to bring the prototype back on display, but it's there, it's safe and well, so hopefully I'll have more news on that one very soon. Your second question is, how did the film interacting with water? Well, a lot of that was green screened, so some of it was green screened. What they did, they had like a green box, let's say. They had like a green box and they put Brum on top of that green box, and that's how they interact with the background. Well, that's how green screen works, don't they? They have like a background all on computer. So some of that was filmed like that, and then the other bit was the stunt Brum. They just like pull him out the water so far, and then they get the hero Brum, and then they start interacting again, basically. So that's how they did the water scenes. Last question is, why was it cancelled? BBC for you, really. It has a lot of these children's programs, they have a life cycle up to, normally the best is 3 years for an average children's program. It's 3 years before it gets cancelled. So Brum did quite well really, and he was mainstream in other countries. So that's the best I can answer your question. Thank you for that. The next one is by the new storyteller. Hello. Your first question is, will you do films with narrations like in series ones? So basically narrations like, what's her name again? Toya Wilcox. Yes, that's going to be my fiance's side of it. She's going to be doing the narrations over the filming shots and bits and bobs that we do. So my fiance is going to be doing the narration to our version of Brum. I've got to say our version because we don't own the rights to Brum. Wildbrain own the rights, DHX Media. They own the rights. I 100% do not own any of the rights, but I'm going to try my best to bring you some new stories. And number two is, where are you going to do your demonstrations? I think you mean like bringing them out to the public. Well, me and my fiance will do a lot of local steam rallies. I love my little steam rallies, seeing all classic cars and stationary engines. So we're going to take them to there, go around the field, raise some money for charity, the Alzheimer's charity, on behalf of Rex Garrod. That's going to be our main thing, and also I'm going to try my best to take them to extreme robots. That's another one. Me and my fiance compete with extreme robots across the country with Gruffalo. So I'm going to try and tag him along too if I've got enough space, but we'll see. Would you like me to record the engine sound? I'm a bit hit and miss at the minute because we're now living in the 21st century where a lot of these EV cars are coming out and they're going to be the mainstream. So it's hard to tell what it's going to sound like on screen because yes, he did have an engine, you know, car sound, all that sort of thing. I've got a weapon motor for Gruffalo, which is a LEM 150 weapon motor that we use for Gruffalo. I'm going to use that to record his sounds, which is obviously electric, and obviously there's going to be different pitches of zoom in, like electric noise, and I'm going to see how that sounds on camera. If it looks good when he's driving along as an electric vehicle. If I think it didn't look good, then I would record some engine sounds. But I do plan to move Brum forward in the 21st century and try and get electric sound. That's what I'm going to try and do. So thank you very much for your questions. The next person is Ragdoll. Can you show your replica of Brum to Ragdoll and will you get hired as a prop maker? Well, thank you for having a lot of faith in me. I do show my replica that I'm building to Ragdoll. As always, they don't really say too much, you know. That's the marketing team. They're very stay strong about their say, like we don't own all the rights to DX, you know. DX Media, they own all the rights. But thank you for your posts. That's all I get from them really. But don't hate the company. The company's great, what they've done. It's what I'm doing now. It's because of them. So yeah, it'd be great if I did. I don't know, we'll see what happens. Now, next question is by one of my Patreons, Eddie Barrett. Hello, and thank you for the support. I really appreciate it that you're one of my Patreons, so thank you. And this is your question. Why was the Brum at the Big Blue Diamonds the only stage show to use Brum? So yeah, they did a stage show in the early 2000s. My only explanation for that is Ragdoll really didn't want no part of it. They were very busy at the time doing Teletubbies because that was their new show at the time. The reason why they didn't use the actual hero Brums or anything like that for the stage show is because they didn't give them permission to use it, really. As I said, they don't want nothing to do with the stage show. So what they did, they sent one of Ragdoll's employees to go over there with a stunt Brum. They measured a few things. They even gave them a few things, a few leftover parts. But they couldn't actually use, if they did use the Brum, they couldn't really use it because the set that they used was very compact. And Brum is he uses quite a large turning circle, so it wouldn't be very good. That's why in your version of your Brum, they've only got one big centre wheel underneath him, so then he can turn really sharply on stage. So that's my explanation really. I hope that helped you. Got another question here. Kai Mansa, I think I got it right. As I said, if I get these wrong, I do apologise. Is Brum coming back? Not at the minute. He's not coming back. He's on the BBC iPlayer. If you don't know, go there and watch on the BBC iPlayer. But at this present time, Brum is not coming back. I haven't heard anything from anyone saying, you know, shall we bring him back? So that's a no at this present time. But me and my fiance, we're trying to bring him back onto YouTube. But we're going to have to call it, as I said in the last episode, Brum and the Jogging Lady, but it's going to be in brackets, fan made. That's just so I don't get sued. But yeah, I'm trying my best to hopefully do bring him back. Next question is by Curtis Taylor. Is there going to be any baddies? Yes, there can be. I haven't written any series yet, I've only written one. But yes, there's going to be baddies. It'll probably be me playing that baddie. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Next one is by Logan Mackie 2. So James, will your show be presented to Ragdoll Productions? No. Basically no. If they watch it, great. Apart from that, it's just going to be on YouTube, and that's it really. So yeah, thank you for your question. Sorry it's short. Next one is by Kebabman. Did Series 3-5 Brum break down from time to time because you noticed the model change? Why is Brum number plate? Oh, that's the next question, sorry. Because you know the model changed. No, Brum didn't really break down. I've heard he didn't break down much. It's a very reliable car. The only downside of Brum was if he was driving along a curb, along the pavement, and maybe skipped up a pavement, so it's the pavement sort of thing. He went like pushed at the pavement. The supervisor, Brum supervisor, used to tell me that they used to bend the axles quite a lot, and that's the only time they really had a breakdown. Apart from that, he was pretty much spot on. There might be a few bits and bobs like lights going out and replacing the bulbs. But apart from that, he was very reliable. He had to be reliable because of the filming. If they lost a few hours of filming, it cost them thousands. So he had to be reliable. And also, why is Brum's number plate so weak? It's because it's really thin still. That's it really. It's this thin plate. It's a bit like a classic Mini, like the early 60s Mini. So now I used to have one, a little classic Mini. And also, if you watch the original Italian Job film from 1967 Italian Job, I think it was. The plates would all buckle underneath them, and then you see the next shot, the plate being normal. The next shot, the plate would be like that. The next shot, the plate would be normal. But yeah, it's because it's basically doing that. It's flea thrown. So yes, it's bolted down, but it just knocks and it just bends. It's thin. It's this was common thing on classic Minis. I know it's not a Mini, but the same principle. Next few questions are, and this is the last questions, by Chris Hillman. I think I got it right. He also did me, I think it's the person, he did me a movie poster of Brum. He did through email. Were you a crew member? No, I wasn't a crew member. I haven't been a crew member. As I said, I was quite young when it first came out, the very first series. I was quite young. So no, I wasn't a crew member, but throughout these past couple of years, obviously the replica Brum was coming, so I had to do lots of research, and I managed to contact a few people from the original show, and they obviously gave me some information. Some information I'm still not allowed to share to you because that's private. Your next question is, how was the roller coaster chasing done? They've made, as the chair, they basically made it to fit on the roller coaster, because obviously you've got a train, for example, it's 2 tracks. You can't go that way, can it? You can only go one way. So they purposely built a chair to sit on top of like a track. Same with Brum, they built Brum. Well, not built Brum, sorry. They placed Brum on another set of tracks underneath, and that's how it all works basically. Nothing special, quite easy to do. You just need to make a frame that sits onto the coaster, then put wherever you want on top of it, and off you go. That easy. Number 3, what was your favourite OG Brum, the original series? My favourite one was probably the Scrapyard. That was probably the first ever episode I saw, and obviously being young, I love cars. I love classic cars, so that was quite interesting to see. It was nice to see. It was also sad to see because obviously Brum broke down at a terrible time, being next to a scrapyard, and then some cowboys picked him up and sent him off to the scrapyard. Luckily, the motor museum owner found him, so that was good. Do you have a funny behind the scenes story? I might have told you this one on the last video, can't remember. I have a few behind the scenes stories that the original crew member has told me. Just trying to think if I've told you or not. There was the airplane one, I'm not sure if I told you, I'd say it again anyway. The airplane episode where Brum was on the runway and had to chase down a plane. They managed to chase down the plane, but then Mick Cutter lost signal of the car, of Brum, and all of a sudden he skidded like that because brakes seized on, because there's electronic brakes, so when it loses signal it slams the brakes. Brum's brakes signal slammed on, it skidded like that and just barrel rolled over and over again. Smashed lots of things, smashed the windscreen, smashed the grille, but it was all repairable, and the Brum supervisor fixed it all. There's another one in the cake gang. If you remember the episodes where the children were running after the cake, trying to get the cake, and Brum was chasing after them. And there's a scene when Brum went up the skip ramps like up that and flew over like that, over the skip and landed on the floor. Well, in reality, Brum just went up and poof in the skip. So that's one. That's about it really. Yeah, and that's all the questions you gave to me. Such a shame, because I wanted some other ones as well, like Rosie and Jim or Teletubbies or Tots TV. I didn't have any, it was all Brum related, so at least I know how popular he's becoming now, isn't he? So yes, thank you all for the questions, I really do appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I may have another video out before Christmas, but I don't think I will. Please like and subscribe the video, it really does mean a lot to me. I've had so many new subscribers. Also, for any of your Thomas the Tank Engine fans, I noticed I've got a lot of Thomas the Tank Engine fans over on my Twitter page, so if you're watching this, hello, please like and subscribe. I might be planning, I might be planning to build a replica James, because he was always my favourite train when I was little. So I thought, well, I'm in a position now where I can build things, so I felt, why don't I build a replica James? Now the upshot to that is, if I know that everyone's doing, well, I know replica props of Thomas is quite common now, but if I find out that there's lots of people, say, mass producing these parts and the faces, I don't mind the faces, but you know, mass producing these parts to sell off for other fans to build a replica, then I don't think I will do it. It defines the point of my channel really, because it's James Prop Maker, I build things. Whereas if I can find it where I can buy it all and build it all, then I don't think I will bother. I'll probably bother for myself, but not on YouTube. You may one day see when I finally get a shed, hopefully within the beginning or middle of next year, when I get myself a little shed, you might see something in the background, might be a James, don't know, be other props that I'm going to be making throughout the channel, so please stay tuned. The channel is slowly picking up, so I really do appreciate it. I've got so much to do, and yes, we should be doing it very, very soon. So anyway, thank you for watching, and see you again soon.